What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world? Today is September 29, 2023. In case you didn't know, now you know. Today is Friday, so happy Friday to every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll start off by saying that. For me, this is a great day. One, it's my daughter's birthday, so shout out to Natalia del Rio. Happy birthday, mija. Two, my favorite horror franchise is back in theaters with Saw X, and your boy went to go see this movie, not today, saw this movie yesterday, was there for the first showing. I could not resist waiting to see this movie today because the hype leading up to this film's release has been incredible. This movie was directed by Kevin Greta, who has directed Part 6, Part 7, and Spiral, and returns for Saw X, which is the 10th film in this franchise. That's incredible. The first film was released in 2004, follow up with Saw 2 in 2005, and almost seems like we got a Saw movie every year after that for the month of October. This movie was released in September, so we're almost in October, but got a little bit earlier date, which is good. The budget of this film was $13 million. Rotten Tomato has a review of 85%. That's really good. Really close to the 90s. And I think this is the highest Saw rating since the original. So, man. And let me tell you, someone who has seen this film, I love this movie a lot. If I have not seen the first movie, I would say this is the #1 Saw movie out of every single Saw movie that came out since the original. So right away, just thinking about this film and where would I place it in the Saw lore, I would put this right. Saw 1, Saw X, Saw 2. So I exactly where they put it, and I understand now why they call it Saw X, because it's that goddamn good. Sorry, I got a little bit of allergies, guys, going on. IMDb has it 7.5 out of 10. One of the reasons I love this film is that Tobin Bell is back as Jigsaw. But not only that, John Kramer is the main focus, and we get more backstory, which, you know, throughout this franchise, we got a lot of it. But this time it's just focusing on John Kramer, which is really nice. And this is John Kramer dealing with his cancer, which we know he's been dealing with throughout the whole saga. But this is him early on when he finds out that he has cancer. He's doing research. He's doing all the work to gain knowledge of how he can find a way to cure his cancer. Coming across this gentleman named Henry, who happens to be in his, I forgot what it's called, where they're expressing what kind of diagnosis each patient has and how they're dealing with it. And this guy happens to have something that's serious, life-threatening, and overcomes it, which catches Tobin Bell's character, John Kramer's eye, and asking him, how did you beat whatever you had? I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. I just saw the movie yesterday. But this man, Henry, ends up giving John Kramer a website where it leads him to a special doctor who works under the table for money and helps cure people no matter what diseases they have. So this leads John Kramer to find this doctor, finds this doctor, ends up traveling all the way to Mexico to find this doctor, and ends up in this mansion, meets a bunch of people, you know, Hispanic, Spanish speaking, who seem too good to be true. And, you know, John Kramer continues to believe in these people, trust, put his faith in these people. These characters do such a great job of portraying a doctor, a nurse, and a team that's going to put John Kramer in through a procedure. And they even got video, they're speaking the right terms, and they even have another character who's playing a potential patient that just got work done himself, which leads to John Kramer to believing this is the answer. You know, this is the answer to what he's been looking for all along, and that is getting cured from his cancer. And it sucks that, you know, these guys ended up screwing a person that they should not be screwing with, being Tobin Bell. And it's a hell of a ride. Such a great story. I think Saw fans like myself, have been waiting for a great Saw film for a very long time, you know, because after Saw 4, it started going a little bit downhill. But I'm a sucker. You know, I continue to ride with the Saw franchise, watched every single movie, own every single movie, love the connections between the characters in this world and the traps and just everything about it. I just love this Saw franchise. And, you know, John Kramer meets a girl named Gabriella, who had some work done, who was also cured. Meets a guy named Parker, who was the person who was pretending to have just a procedure before John Kramer's procedure the next day, who said, you know, I'm thankful to meet these doctors. So everything is making him be believable. Mateo, Valentina, you know, Mateo playing a doctor, Valentina playing like a nurse. You know, Henry being this random person who helps John Kramer find these people. And then you have Peterson, who happens to be the doctor, who is going to put, you know, John Kramer in through making it all work. She's team leader who's making John Kramer believe in this and making him feel comfortable, making him feel like he can trust her. And with all that said, turns out to be a fake out. John Kramer switches from his ultra persona. Jigsaw calls Amanda. Amanda and John put in a plan, get these people one by one, trapping them, put them in a trap. And sorry guys, I have a little bit of allergies. But yeah, that's where we get the whole Saw effect, where these people are in traps. Another thing that we love about this movie, besides John Kramer being the main focus, Amanda being back, because when these guys are on the same page, they work really well together, is having the people who are on traps, who are people who are the A word, trash, people who deserve to be in these situations. The John Kramer's code of, you know, appreciating life. And the traps are very interesting and exciting to watch, and once they go down, they become memorable. Like, you know, I'm still thinking about this movie, even though I saw it yesterday, and I definitely want to go see it again. Another thing, let's see what else. The traps, you know, that these people go through. You know, the one that very first scene, it seems like every Saw movie has a trap that's very memorable, and the one that we start off with, where this janitor is going around patients room to room, like supposed to be cleaning them, making nice, looking nice and clean, and this guy is checking these people's drawers to see if they have anything valuable, whether it's jewelry, whether it's money. And John Kramer happens to watch this guy, see what he's doing, and then we get this little scene where John is picturing him, putting him in a trap that teaches him a lesson. And it's the one that you see in the trailer, the poster, with the eyes being inside these tubes and the fingers just going back. And it just, the trap, you know, with, if you do a little bit guessing, sucks his eyeballs out, and you're like, whoa. You know, that's a memorable trap right there for me. And, you know, as I was watching this movie, I was thinking, okay, we're getting close to the end. Like, just when I started feeling like, man, how are they gonna do a twist in this movie? The Saw franchise is always known for this twist at the end, and I didn't know how they were gonna pull this one off, and they managed to pull it off again, where I'm just like, mind blown. I'm like, who comes up with these ideas, man? And overall, I love this film. One of my favorites. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. Add it to my collection. I can't wait to see it again. Like I tell you, this is the first Saw film that has a post-credit, which leads to a person that we all know was going to be a part of the film. Because just if you watch the trailer and you hear a certain voice, just like Tom Bell's voice is so iconic as he's doing that Jigsaw voice every time a character plays the tape, you hear another voice that's very iconic, and that's Detective Hoffman, who does return in this film in a post-credit scene to take care of the character that we met early on in this film, known as Henry. And the way this film ends and starts is incredible, man. You're in for a ride. If you guys are a fan of the Saw 1 or 2, you definitely want to stick around with this one, because this is one of the better Saw films. It's definitely probably one of my favorite films, right up there with Saw 1 and 2. So the fact that this movie is called Saw X and where it's being placed in the franchise is exactly where I would have it in my rating of 1 through Saw, 3D, Jigsaw, and Spiral, the Book of Saw. Like, this movie is incredible, man, and any Saw fan will enjoy it. The only thing I kept thinking to myself is that I did hear rumors that they're thinking about making more Saw films, and if these writers and director comes back, I'm all in. But this film, I will tell you, like me personally, I don't know where they're gonna go from here. But if it's anything that is like this, I want to see it. And yeah, the music, the puppet, the traps, Tom Bell being the main focus, Amanda being back, and them working as a team, the characters who were put in these traps, who are people that deserve to be in these traps. Overall, great movie. Go see it this weekend. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna love it. And if you don't love it, let me know why you didn't like it. Overall, the only other thing I keep thinking about is like, man, are we ever gonna see Dr. Gordon? You know, like, I know we did get him in Saw 3D and he did come back, but I mean, like, being a player, like seeing his story, you know, that's what I would like to see. Something with Dr. Gordon, you know. But overall, love this movie. Go check it out. Saw X. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Great film. Give me more. Bring me more. Your boy Rick. If I'm not making you laugh, not making you smile, not keeping you insane, or giving you something to think about, talk about, your boy Rick ain't doing his job, and you already know your boy Rick does his job. Until next time, guys, I will see you on the next video. Your boy is out.